welcome back to the channel. Just got back down to Hams Hall, first proper session on Hams Hall since being back on here this year. The last time I was here the lake was spawning, so I didn't really get a chance to fish it properly. Got back down here for a couple of nights, just got set up. I'm on the swim called the 40s, nice bit of water. Apparently it's not fishing that well. I think there's been one fish out over the last week or so. I've not seen much on social media, but there's fish out in front of me. I've seen them when I got here, they were boshing out in front of me. But the chap that was on here for a couple of nights before I got here said he hasn't been able to get a touch, so it's fishing hard at the moment. The lake spawned not long ago, a couple of weeks back, so not quite sure what's going on, but we'll see if we can winkle one out. Got 3 rods in at the moment. There's a little hump straight out in front of me, probably only about 8 wraps, something like that. Small hump, brings it up to about 3 foot of water. So I've got one of the rods up on that, one down on the left hand side, about 5 foot of water. As you can see, we've got a southwesterly. The wind is coming from right to left across the swim, so I've put the left rod off the left side of that bar in the hope some of the bait will have pushed off, and there should be a little pile of bait at the bottom hopefully, and get the fish feeding down there. And then my right rod, got that down in the margin on the right hand side next to some lily pads. So yeah folks, glad to be back out. It's an absolutely glorious day. It's real hot, looking at 27 degrees today. So yeah, keep it short and sweet. Let's see if we can winkle it out. As luck would have it, or bad luck maybe, Andy's just rang me.
As luck would have it, what?
I said as luck would have it, Andy's just called me.
Yo, big Carp Trooper 33.
What you saying, bruv?
What's going on, blood?
How's things?
Hot, bro. It's 27 degrees in the car. I've just pulled over, like, sorts here.
Who's shifting all them trees behind you then?
I don't know, I think the world's ended, because I'm parked.
How's things?
Just crafty, mate, you know what I'm like, I don't stop.
You give up fishing now, yeah?
Oh, no, I mean, I've got a couple of things on the go. I've got, Spar Baits team member, DNA keep phoning me, I've got to blank their calls. Just put them on block. Just got loads of shit going on, mate, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a session at the end of the month, going to Merrington, a bit of a social.
Bloody hell. Who sorted that out?
Oh, this little fella. Can't remember his name. Talks a lot of shit. Wears a silly cap. Yeah, got a social at the end of the month. Mrs. is moaning, but I put her straight.
It's nice to hear off you anyway.
Yeah, kicks that on. So, have we had any fish? Or is it another camping video?
It's at the moment, it's a nice chilled out camping video. I'm not really worried, mate. I'm sat here chilling. I've had a couple of ciders. I'm relaxed.
Okay.
The blank is over.
Can I stop you here a second?
Yeah, of course you
Maybe
can.
have that cap from, because that looks crisp.
You like it?
Yeah. That is a crisp hat. So yeah, got a bit going on. Got the social at the end of the month. Then I'm going to I'm going to do 48 hours on my syndicate hams where you are. So I need to get my arse down there. I'm up for it. I'm up for a bit of fishing.
That's about time. It's been a year, isn't it?
I've ordered my bait from Spar Baits. 10k.
10 kg at the Colombian Pure.
Hey?
10 kg of Colombian Pure.
It's Al Capone Colombian Pure.
Is it? What you had?
Yeah.
FSB? Maple Digest?
Mate, I can't divulge the secrets, you know.
So you've ordered some then?
Yeah, I've ordered 5k of FSB and 5k of Maple.
That'll do the business, mate. That will do the business.
Match the hatch wafters, and I put an extra order in this morning for a cheeky, those cured things in the salt.
Yeah. Cured baits.
FSB cured in the salt.
Salt cured baits, yeah, nice. Nice one, but you just need to get out and get on the bank and do a bit. Eh?
So I'll be doing the biz.
You will be doing the biz, hopefully. Well, get down here, mate. This place has missed you.
It's a story here every day. Oh, we missed you, and we missed you.
I
We
know.
missed you, big Carp Cooper. I know.
Don't forget,
There's
don't
only so many-
forget to get yourself a new licence, mate. It'll be expired since you used it last.
Have I have to keep telling my other followers? There's only 24 hours in a day.
Meaning what?
Well, there's not enough for me to go around. And that's not rod licence, thank you.
Yeah. That was a waste of money, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a carp.
Yeah.
In case you haven't seen one for a while.
Hold it up, because you haven't held one for a while. When was your last fish?
Hang on, who's this? 5 for size 4.
Hey, don't rinse me on YouTube.
5 for size 4.
Oh, I think we have to edit that one out. Who the hell's Viper? Huh?
Mate.
Mate, you know damn well I'm all with IB hooks.
Got a bit of Vaseline in case I pop down later to see you.
Mate, nobody needs Vaseline for you. So, alright then, I'll let you get back to work, mate. I'm just going to cross my legs, put my feet... Sorry, go on.
Oh, you phoned me up, tapped me for all my secrets, now you're deafing me up.
You're a done thing. Who cut your hair, mate? Is that the lockdown barbers?
Spar base haircut. The Viper size 4 haircut.
Mate, what has happened there? Honest to God.
Mate,
Do you want me to go and sort them out for you?
nothing wrong with that.
Honestly.
Viper size 4. Curve shank. Doing the biz.
You're such a knob. Right, I'm going. Fix that hair. Fix that hair.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye. He's such a plank. Oh my God. Anyway, that's Andy. Should be a good laugh at the end of the month at the social. Badger's coming down as well. Celebrity chef. He's going to be doing all our cooking for us, so I'm looking forward to that. Just keep an eye out for that video. Not even sure if this video is going to go out yet. Depends if I catch. But yeah, come back to you later. Bye bye. And there we have it. That is the swim. Swim called the 40s. I don't know a hell of a lot about the swim, but essentially got water straight out in front of us towards the feeder. You can see on the far side towards the feeder, only about 9 wraps out, and there is a raised bar. It is only a small raised bar. I think it's only the size of a couple of bivvies maybe. It brings up into about 3 foot of water, and that's where I've got my middle rod. up in the upper layers. Hopefully that's where the fish are going to be, but they just don't seem to want to know at the moment. So yeah, I don't really know anything else about the swim. I've had a little lead around. I fished it in the past a couple of years ago when I was on here, and I've had fish off the bottom of the slope, not on top. So I got one rod on the bottom on the left hand side and one on top of the slope, one on top of the bar. So yeah, that's the swim. Nice bit of water. The wind is pushing in towards me now, and this is the kind of weather we got for the next 2 days. So if you've not been down to Hams before, it is a cracking fishery. There is a good head of fish in here. We're looking at 400 fish in about 8 acres. I think there are 3 or 4 known 40s, lots of 30s, and absolutely loads of 20s in here. But in saying that, it's not the easiest water. You really have got to be discreet. But yeah, the fish in here are absolutely mint. The place is well looked after. You can see on the far side, I'll try and zoom in a little bit if I can. It is a syndicate, but he does allow guests on. You obviously have to book in with the owner here. See if I can zoom in. You can see just over there the owner's building a summer cabin, so you can book yourself in there for a week if you don't want to go in your bivvy, if you want to bring the missus down a little bit more comfortable on the bank. And you've got the car park swim there to yourselves then, which is a nice stretch of water. Not huge, but still does do some nice fishing now and again. So yeah folks, that's where we are. It's nice and relaxing, chilled out. I had a couple of ciders and I've ordered my food for later, which the owner here cooks in the cabin. I'll have my tea brought to my swim a little bit later on, save me having to cook. Don't always do that, sometimes I cook for myself, but depending on how much time I've got, it's nice to be able to order food and have it brought to your swim. So yeah, I've used the bait boat today. I don't always use it, but because that hump is so small, you've got to be very accurate with your casting to get on top of that hump. So I put the marker float out, 3 foot of water, left the marker float in the water, and then just sent the bait boat out right next to it and just dropped the rig and dropped some bait in as well. So I know I'm on top of that spot, just fishing accurately. So yeah, I don't always use the bait boat, but it is good for certain situations, especially if you're going into the island that you can see opposite. It does produce some bites under those trees. You can get the bait boat tucked in nice and underneath where they tend to hide out. So yeah, I don't always use it, but I have done today just for that spot. I do keep it in the car when I'm coming fishing, just in case. But it's not for everybody. It's not for me. The thing's a pain in the backside most of the times, but yeah. But there we go. So that's it folks, fingers crossed we're going to get a fish this evening. I'm feeling upbeat even though no fish have come out for a good while. Conditions, yeah, not great for fishing, it is hot, but saying that, put a bait in the right place and if the fish are going to hungry they're going to have it. We have no fish, but we have dinner, courtesy of the owner, delivered to your swim. Absolutely pucker. Who needs fish when you got dinner like this? I'm going to tuck into this now and get me head down. See you in a bit. 4:15. It's been light now about, getting on for about 20 minutes. Had no bites during the night. But what a way to wake up. Listen to that morning chorus. All the birds singing. A lovely bit of mist across the lake. It's absolutely beautiful. Not so many fish this morning yet. The odd swirl here and there, but not giving themselves away much in this session. But yeah, you really can't beat getting up at this time of the morning, listening to the birds singing, watching the lake come alive. It really is fantastic. It's going to be another warm day today. Looking at 26, 27 degrees, so not great conditions for fishing, but we've got from now till roughly 9 o'clock. Well, if you get a bite. A very welcome bite, to be honest with you. Haven't touched the rods. They're, I'm happy there's bait on there. Them FSB pop-ups. Wafters, extremely buoyant in their stay up. Yeah, there's a sign of fish there on the left. Yeah, them little pop-ups, I'm happy they're going to be presented still. We'll leave them till bite time has passed, and then potentially look at a bit of fresh bait for the rest of the day. That's it for now, folks. I'll catch up with you in a little while. Okay folks, I've had a slight little change of plan. I keep having a big fish bosh out to my left, just down the side of these bushes here by the lily pads. So I've brought the middle rod in, the one that's up on the one that was up on the raised hump, and using the bait boat, I've just dropped the rig down in between the lily pads with a tiny bit of bait, some of the crushed FSB, some corn, a little bit of pellet, only a little handful. My line lays awful. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but my line is actually laying across the top of the lily pads at the moment, and just where the lily pads come to an end, somewhere here, that's where I've dropped the rod. So yeah, just a bit of a hunch. As I say, I've heard it about 3 times now, boshing out, so it's worth a go. Can always put it back on the spot a little bit later. I didn't think that hump was going to produce anything this time of the morning. That's more of a midday sort of spot up on that hump. So yeah, a little bit of luck. There's some fish cruising around those lily pads, and hopefully we get a bite this morning. The lake is fishing really slow, really slow. But it's got to come alive at some point. It's frustrating really. Fish are boshing everywhere again, so they don't seem to be interested in the bait. Don't think anybody else was had anything out either yesterday or during the night. Just got to keep trying, keep plugging away. Folks, just got back. I gave in the end. The sun was way too hot and it just was unbearable, to be honest with you, so I packed up around about 3 o'clock and left. So no fish on this occasion. It really was a struggle with the heat. Fish were all on the surface literally for the whole session, but weren't really interested in the bait and there wasn't much else coming out, so it's a blank on the first session. But there you go, these things happen. Wait for the conditions to cool down and I'll get back on there and hopefully pull one out. But looking forward to Merrington next week on the Merlin Lake. Me, Badger and Andy. Should be a good session, 48 hours. Hopefully get a bend in the rod with some of the fish they got in there. Not massive fish, but still be nice to get a few on the bank. So hope you like the video, folks. See you on the next one. Take care.
Morning viewers, Fishery here, aka one of the Snow White crew. Just had a fight with this little beauty. Common, mirror. Caught on a Viper size 4 curved shank. Keep watching the videos. Stay safe.